on the peak of the shattered mountaintop sunset.
As I live and breathe, Droom, you silly so-and-so. How are you doing?
I do well, Elfaxia, though I had the most boorish time with a few mind flayers not but a short time ago.
Oh, how awful! I do despise them. Why did you not destroy them with your fiery breath?
An enchantment, my dear. They had me breathing my fire onto stack after stack of gold. It was awful, until an orc and a kind spell scale freed me.
A spell scale? How lovely. You know, I have a spell scale child.
Really? Well, what's their name?
Penton. Why, I was just going back to see him. Little tyke. I wonder what he's been up to these past few days.
Chafing Armor Podcast, episode 149, Reunions. Welcome back to the Chafing Armor Podcast. I'm your host and lovable Dungeon Master, Michael Corley, and with me tonight is not a blue dragon, but a wonderful young person, Riley. Riley, tell us who you will be playing.
Hi, I'm Riley, and I'm playing Athora Greyfield, a tiefling fighter.
And also with us tonight, not a bronze adult dragon, Droom, is Izzy. Izzy, tell us who you will be playing.
Hello, everyone. I am Izzy Corley, playing Morezi Mugra, a half-orc barbarian who helped save Droom.
Mm-hmm. And our wonderful narrator was Dare. Dare, tell us who you will be playing tonight.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dare, and I'm playing Tix Birchmanson, Paladin of Garl Glittergold.
And we also have James. James, tell us who you will be playing.
Hello, everyone. I'm James, and I'm playing Penton Chalice, that who was named earlier, a spell scale sorcerer.
He who shall be named. And last, I named because it's finally come through, guys. Kenner is finally releasing for this entire line of Kinku dolls. It is going to be just huge. Unfortunately, I technically get all of the royalties and none of y'all do, but it's fine. It's fine. I'll make sure you're taken care of. It is Lee. Lee, tell us who you'll be playing.
G'day everybody, my name is Lee and I'll be playing Distant Bells, Kenku Rogue and Stuffed Toy.
Currently a stuffed toy. When we last left our players, they have precious little time to rescue the second half of the Staff of Seraphim. They know where it is, but it is highly inaccessible for a variety of reasons. They chose among themselves, after a discussion, to help the community they were in, Kalimvor, to complete their yearly ritual to their god Isis and retrieve the perfect pearl, where it now rests on the statue of Isis in the center of town in a fountain. Several other things happened, not least of which Lee's character, Distant Bells, being transformed into a sentient toy. But also, after the ceremony, we go back and we find the corpse of the Aboleth. Now, I want to mention real quickly, there was a slight discussion. Lee, did Distant Bells have any plans with this corpse?
Well, aside from the Aboleth eye that he now has, I mean, aside from taking the other eyes, not really.
Okay.
Well, the other eye, I should say, because one of them is destroyed.
Yes, there are three, so you can take two. So I just wanted to make sure. And as y'all come back, there has a moment, a certain cat, a certain Catra has been freaking out, waiting for y'all. They had to wait while the ceremony was completed, but they are now waiting for you, Athora, to retrieve the second half of this broken rapier. And the corpse's belly has been slit open by a very strong half-orc with a halberd. What would you like to do?
Let's go find the rapier piece.
Okay. It is Not an easy thing to do because, as I mentioned, the aboleth weighs 6,500 pounds. It is many feet long. It is giant. You literally can crawl into its insides. And crawl is correct because you can't just walk. It's not a cave. It's just a slit that Morezi made into the stomach area. Do you require light? Do you have dark vision?
Yeah. I have dark vision, yeah.
Dark vision. Wonderful. So you can see as you crawl inside and that black and white vision that you're familiar with kicks in. You can actually make out several corpses inside here. Unsurprisingly, this aboleth has snacked on several humanoids. They are all very dead, including one who appears to have been some sort of adventurer. He is wearing very fine leather armor, but just in his side, the partially decayed skeleton is pierced with a broken rapier. I should say the long pointy part, because you have the hilt.
Right, I go reach to pull it out.
Okay. As you reach to pull it out, your vision goes black for a moment, and you find yourself again at that endless plain with a long, winding river and chunks of ice floating throughout the river. And that man is standing next to you. Tall, classic, black goatee, black eyes, very well-kempt hair. And you note, for the first time, the main gauche, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that, that you retrieved during our magical crossover episode, is now at his side. And he looks down at you and he says, "You have done an amazing job."
Thank you.
You are welcome. It's challenging to bring you here psychically, and this will only take a moment, but I just want to give you a warning. Do not put the rapier back together. If you do, it could kill you. The power is difficult for me to explain, but it could kill you. However, I also want you to know that as long as you keep the pieces on your person, it will empower you, my child. It will give you abilities that others do not have. But do not try to reforge it. Not yet. I will help you. You will get there. But do not bring the pieces together. You are, I believe, looking for a staff where the pieces could be very, very dangerous when brought together. Consider this sword very similar. Do you understand? Wonderful, wonderful. And he puts his hand on you. His hand is ice cold. But even though you are intellectually aware of that, it actually doesn't feel cold to you. You just sense it. And then suddenly you are back as your hand is reaching, and you could see like there are little jewels on the leather armor, and just like where the two pieces of leather armor meet, you can see the rapier sticking out.
I pull it out carefully.
Okay. I would like you to make a fortitude saving throw.
16.
16, okay. You are literally knocked on your butt as a wave of power. By the way, outside, everybody, I don't think anybody else came in with her. Just imagine if like the corpse of a whale just suddenly like was filled with gas. It just literally goes like, and like little bits of the aboleth just shoot off where the pressure was too great, and y'all just hear this dull like whoom as this surge of power comes out. And you are now holding it in your hand. You instinctively know that the edge of this rapier is just ridiculously sharp. And the magic is just coursing through your body. You definitely have some new abilities now, but you don't know what they are. So We'll get back to that. You also can feel that cold just creep through you a little bit no more. And you feel like you feel more powerful than you ever have before in your entire life. Is there anywhere particular you'd like to put the rapier to keep it safe?
In my bag.
Okay.
For now.
To be honest, there is. I mean, obviously, you could make a sheath or something like that out of leather, but there really isn't a safe place for you to put it on your person right now. So you're back. So it kind of clinks next to the big, oversized glass ball that you have back there that bulges out awkwardly as you put it back there. But you definitely feel different, and something really big has happened. As you come back out, everyone is possibly had little bits of aboleth shot at them. I want to be very clear, everyone. I don't want to do any railroading, as dungeon masters often do. But I do want to see, is there anything that everyone especially wants to do right now?
Complete our goals.
Yep.
Well, I think Thora needs a shower so she doesn't smell like dead fish. I think we need to make sure that we are fully stocked and see if we can find any potion shop or someplace that might help us with the idea of water breathing or fast swimming or deep diving, considering
By the
where
way,
we have to go.
Morezi, nobody else saw you breathe underwater. Nobody else knows you can do that, just an FYI.
I don't think Morezi would think to tell anyone.
I think that's very consistent with Morezi. But just an FYI that they don't actually know. But if you so choose, you absolutely could find a potion shop. And I say that because you now have the support of both kind of the head of the alderman, Alderman Bazrin, along with the sheriff in the town, Olfar, Onyxword. So, they literally can just tell you, well, obviously the alderman has had other duties, but he is around because the celebrations are still going on. So if there's... now, the one thing is not all of the shops may be open right now, but you might be able to get them to be opened because y'all just saved a whole bunch of children. So if you need something, it's possible that they would do it.
While Athora gets cleaned up, Tix is going to go stroll around and find the alderman and ask questions and as he's strolling, he's going to make sure that nothing untoward is going on while the crowd is in revelry.
Okay, give me a quick spot check.
Spot check. And that is a 19.
At this moment, everything seems to be fine. There just doesn't appear to be anything happening at the moment that catches your eye.
Okay. So he goes and finds Alderman Bashan and asks about a potion shop.
She is happy she delegates it to somebody else, but they go and find the potion shop owner. There is a shop that is dedicated to potions in town. Kalimvor is just big enough to support that. Also, with it being kind of on the border of the two major kingdoms, it does a lot of trade. And so it's not like super rich. Like Mascate is a much bigger and more prosperous city, but Kalimvor does okay. So you're able to find that, and before you get to the shopkeeper comes up to you, and it's a highly energetic halfling. A young woman who just has this long, like dirty blonde hair that's just constantly falling in her face, and she comes running up to you and it just immediately shakes your hand, Tix. Just pumps it. Oh, so good to meet you.
Greetings. I'm glad to meet you also. I'm hoping that we can do some business with you.
I would be delighted to do that. My name is Galen Bay, proprietor of Potions R Us.
Is the R backwards?
The R is backwards, yes.
Excellent.
We named it that because the former owner got turned into a potion. We're still not sure which one, so I do always give that as a caveat whenever you purchase something.
Well,
Well, then I hope you can help us with the potions that you do have identified. We're going to be going in some water, so we need potions of water breathing and potions of fast swimming and anything like that you might suggest, since this is your job and your aptitude.
I think that we could definitely help you out. As it happens, we live in a coastal town, and while the kids don't use them for the ceremony, there are often times where people need to breathe underwater. So I could definitely hook you up with some potions of water breathing.
Okay.
We can definitely get you taken care of, and if there are any particular other potions, we can see if we can work that out. As y'all are walking to the place, Distant Bells, are you still with Petnik?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
Okay, I just wanted to get context. I'm assuming everybody is coming with.
yeah.
Or I wanted to see if anybody was doing anything else. If anything you wanted to do with Audrey, anything like that.
There's Penton has a thought in his head and wants to, and doesn't have the best memory, but he knows that there's something. What he does is he goes and he knows there's a bag attached to the underside of Audrey right now.
Correct.
He's going to go and pull out whatever's in there, which I don't think is much, but I know there's a bottle in there.
You have a very good memory.
I don't remember what kind of bottle it was, but I wanted to pull it out. Penton wants to pull it out and double check and see what it does.
Yep.
It's been a while.
So the way that
been a while.
It's been quite a while, but it absolutely is in there, and y'all found this bottle, and it's I think y'all found it all the way back when you were on the ship.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it might have even been the treasure chest that the Selkie gave you. But I may be mixing that up with another one. But regardless, it was in that era. This is not a bottle of water breathing. However, it endlessly gives out fresh air.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, so it can be used for breathing underwater. It is obviously slightly less convenient than a potion of water breathing, but it is quite functional.
Monster could probably knock it out of your hand, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's like I said, it's less convenient than just being able to breathe underwater.
Yeah, but as someone who can't use potions, this might come in handy.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that part of your vow of poverty? Or
No magic, period.
Ah.
Nothing magical. I mean, somebody else might actually have to hold the bottle for me.
Wow.
Wow.
It's the price I pay for being amazing.
You are pretty amazing, but it came up recently where you couldn't teleport to safety, and even though you were able to save yourself in a quite awesome and spectacular way, it could have led to your death. And that's just how that vow of poverty works.
Aren't you like immune to cold and stuff though? Pretty good trade-off.
Yeah, exactly. I've got a good AC and that kind of thing, so I'm not complaining. And honestly, it hasn't come up that much, so I've been lucky so far. Also, in my Dragonborn form, I can hold my breath for quite a while. So, if it comes to that, I can do that as well. So, I've got contingencies.
Nice.
You do pull out that bottle. So Galen says to you, Tick, so how would you like to pay?
Well, We have some gold. We have some platinum. How much are you going to charge the people that are going to save your city?
I thought that might come up. So you've been recommended by the alderman, and you've really helped all these people. This particular potion, the potion of water breathing, is 750 gold. However, willing to give it to you for 500.
500
Each?
Or each, absolutely. Potions are very expensive. They are not cheap. It's like I said, a city has to be of a certain size before they could even afford a potion shop. Because, otherwise it's more like what Lee's other character did with the hedge witch getting healing. You have to kind of take it as you come. Or, says Galen, right now magic items are hot stuff. So if you got anything you want to trade, I'm willing to talk about that too.
I do have here in my notes that I have a Trident of Fish command strapped to my back.
You do.
I don't remember.
You literally do.
I don't remember when. I don't remember at all when I got that. But I don't think that should be our first choice.
I don't think that should be our first choice, though, because we're about to meet a bunch of fish. We might need that.
It's true. It could come in really handy.
I'm also
underwater.
wearing Boots of the Winterlands, but let's see what else sound off, I guess, in terms of magical items we don't know if we'll really want.
Yes. Just so you know, those items are very valuable. They are very, very valuable, and certainly you could use them to trade. But like you said, it's important. You have, in fact, already traded one of your magical items, a shovel of digging.
Yeah, poor shovel of digging. Never got to use it.
No. I mean, you did get to dig up a grave once.
Oh, yeah.
Of his dead uncle. So there was that. She says 500 gold.
A piece. And we'd need 4 of them.
3.
Yeah.
That would be 2,000 gold pieces.
Bells doesn't need to breathe.
Bells does not need to breathe. Not so great that him getting wet, but it also is not deadly to him. There is also the fact Tix and Athora, I would like y'all to both make straight intelligence checks. Make an intelligence check with your intelligence modifier, plus or minus.
Okay.
These are only relevant to you two.
Natural 1.
Ah, nice. Nothing comes to mind.
I got a natural 1 also.
Wow.
Well, what I was going to say would have been very obscure, so we would have needed to roll high to have gotten it. So don't worry about it.
I mean, are there any magic items that might do something similar that would be a little more multiple use?
Yeah, there are items of water breathing. Now, she doesn't sell them because she's literally has a potion shop, but certainly Master Cragmane might be able to hook you up because he is the blacksmith in town. And whether or not he meant to, he did actually make magic armor when he made it for Tix. That maybe have had a little to do with a certain god giving favor, but he would at the very least know where magical items could be obtained. Of that, wearable items.
That might be a better option.
Yeah, that's going to have to
just
be
a one-shot potion.
Yeah, you won't have 1,500 gold pieces just to blow on the moment. And he says it over the shoulder, even to save the city.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Did you take the passive-aggressive feat?
He took the sarcastic feat.
It is true though that this is like the Legend of Zelda rules. Is they're like, oh, thank you, Link, you're saving the kingdom, but I'm still gonna need you to pay for that health potion. Yeah, that's just how these things work.
So, all right, I guess we're gonna leave, and I'll go ask the alderman about Someone who's a reliquary that sells magic items.
You are able to find her fairly easily. Yes, Bells?
As the rest of the party moves out of the potion shop, Bells sort of indicates for the Pet and Osvala to hang back a bit, and then speaks to the potion seller, and sort of pulls out the 2 aboleth eyes and says, will these suffice? Can you make anything out of these?
So I need to make a quick roll here. I would like you to actually make a persuasion roll as well, because you're trying to convince her that this is a good thing, but it also is a good thing. Just how good? But please let me know what you roll for persuasion.
That's a 18 on the die plus diplomacy, bluff, what?
This would be more like it's not a bluff because they are the thing. This is more like diplomacy because you're convincing her that these are valuable. As valuable as they could possibly be. Her eyes bug out. She goes, "Are those aboleth eyes?"
There was an aboleth just outside that we killed.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay. So quick question: what are they doing with the body?
You'll have to ask them.
Okay, but did you kill it?
It's dead.
Okay. What I'm trying to get to is I would like unfettered access to that body to get some good stuff in there.
I can't make that decision alone. You'll have to ask the rest of the party. We do have rights to it.
Okay. All right.
I'll give you these 2 aboleth eyes for those potions. What the rest of the party does is up to them.
She reaches down and she pulls out she actually pulls out a bag that reminds you of the bag that hangs underneath Audrey. But when she opens it, you actually feel like this cool breeze blow over your felt skin, which you realize, you're like, oh, I can still feel hot and cold. That's interesting. You hadn't really thought about it before. And she says, I will give you 4 for those eyes.
Done.
All right. And she holds out and puts it, and she goes, and I would really like the story of what the hell is going on with you sometime.
Me too. He also slides over 5 platinum pieces and hands her the list of potions that he took from Baba Yaga's book of potions and says, how many of these can you make from this? Do you have the ability to make any of these? If not, do you have the ingredients?
I might. These are very advanced potions. Good news is I'm a master potion maker. But I don't want to overpromise you. This is some really tricky stuff. Like this isn't just mixing up a little healing potion for boo-boos. This is stuff that can go really wrong if it's not done right. Which I have a feeling you know. Yes. So, I tell you what. You make sure that I get first dibs on the bits and bobs for that aboleth. I will then use those to make potions to help keep the city safe, and I will also use some of those components to help augment these potions that you're making. And I will... she slides the platinum into her pocket. In addition, with the exception of that, I will do it for free because I can make some really good stuff with an aboleth corpse.
Bells inclines his head and says, and sort of nods to Osvala and says, could you possibly run after the party and get them to come back, please?
Okay, she agrees. And Petneck says, so do y'all have any candy here? She goes, I actually do. I got some in the back. I have a sweet tooth. I'm gonna hook you up, kid. Don't you worry. So the rest of the party, they go back to get y'all, and let me make sure I'm getting my things in order here. Just 1 second. Tix, you have actually gotten to Master Cragmane's house, which you are familiar with. Y'all actually stayed there for very briefly with them. As y'all remember, when the weird ice monsters attacked with corpses inside them, it was mainly Merezi who had done the saving for them, but in collective, y'all saved the family from these horrible corpse ice monsters, one of which had the rapier hilt inside of it. You actually get to the house, and they are inside. They might have been out at the celebration, but they are inside. What is it that you wanted to ask Cragmane as far as items and such, Tix?
Well, I was going to ask him who was dealing with the magical items in the city. Does the city have any stockpile of items that we might be able to use for this venture to protect the city, and lean heavily on the diplomacy?
Okay. Do I assume that you knock before entering? Obviously, it's a residence. Yes, you're a very polite individual. I just wanted to get context. Yeah, so you knock, and when I say that you can tell that they're home, I mean there's light, there's firelight and candlelight inside. You knock, and there is no response.
I knock louder.
Okay. There is no response.
I will walk around the edge of the grounds and see what I can see.
Okay, give me a spot check.
Hopefully this one will be better than the last one. And that is a 24.
24. With a 24, it is really hard to make this out because the angle is terrible. But it's one of those things where you're like, you tilt your head just so, and you can kind of see through the slits of they're not really blinds, but they're kind of like slits to help keep out the sun during the day. You can see the youngest child, who you and Athora rescued when they were kidnapped. It's Ash, is the youngest tiefling, the young boy. And you can see Ash inside, levitating about 6 feet off the floor.
Oh,
floating
back again.
Floating in the air. Yeah. Floating in the air.
All right. So I'm going to pray to Garl Glittergold, cast protection from evil.
Okay.
And kick in a door.
All right. I would like you to give me a strength check. However, given all the context of all this, I will give you advantage. You just prayed to your god. You've seen a child in trouble. I'm not gonna screw you on the door unless it's like a double one, in which case it would be very funny.
Okay. One is a 17, and the other is a 14.
Okay. Despite your somewhat diminutive frame, Tix is still a powerful fighter who has spent his entire adult life adventuring, and boom! That door just slams open, and actually, it is not a reflex. It is making DM rolls never gets old. Something flies past your head, but misses you. Just flies past your head. And I need you to roll for initiative. And also, at this time, Penton, you were checking out things in Audrey's sack. That sounds wrong. So you aren't there at the moment. You could technically be close enough to hear things. Obviously, Distant Bells, you are at the shop right now at Potions R Us. What I would like to know is Merezi and Athora, where y'all think you would be when this is happening.
I think Morezi is letting Aki get some air, get some exercise. So I think she. Did you say that the chicken hut is near the alderman's house?
Yeah, it's relatively near.
She's probably somewhere outside in between these spaces. So I don't know if you'd say she's within hearing distance.
Okay. Given that, I'll say that you hear the sound of the door being kicked in and a battle cry from Tix. So you would be able to move into initiative. You could start moving this round. Thora, would you have been coming along with Tix, or would you have been doing something else?
I'd probably be more closer to the potions than...
Okay. So I would like you to make a spot check for me.
11.
11. You think you hear something, but you're not sure what it is. It doesn't, there is literally a festival going on, but you think you hear something that just kind of like, huh, that's weird. So if you want to start making your way over there, you can, or not, whatever you think your character would do.
I'll make my way over.
Okay, so I would need Tix, and I need Morezi, and I need Thora to roll for initiative.
20. Or wait, 22.
22 for Morezi, and for Tix.
Even with the +2 from the monkey belt, it's still a 7.
For Tix. And Thora?
14.
14 for Thora. Okay. So this will take your entire round, Morezi. Your full action to run there. As you start making your way, you actually see Thora, kind of casually walking in that direction, but she clearly is not ready for combat.
Yes.
And so that will bring it to Thora. You see Morezi go flying by at full speed in a full barbarian sprint.
Wait up! I start running after.
Okay, this will also take your turn. As I said before, Tix, something flew past your head. Something is flying back towards your head. Whatever it is coming back towards you, almost bird-like.
Okay.
Will a 26 hit?
Annoyingly enough, yes, it will.
It is so strange to actually roll well. I don't actually know what to do with that.
That will actually hit me. Yes.
I have a image that I need to share with y'all, which will very well convey what is happening to Tix at this moment. As a severed hand clamps onto your face and is trying to claw your face off. It is a severed hand. It is wearing a glove, and there's little flecks of blood freshly coming out of the back of it, and it slams into your face. You take 13 points of damage from the impact. I would like you to make a reflex saving throw.
Oh, of course.
You got a +2 now.
I have a +2, and that is a 14.
14. You do manage to stay upright. It is grappling your face. It can't truly grapple you. It's a hand. But it is trying to suffocate you. It has not successfully done so yet. But it is the claws are not. It's not even really claws. Well, actually, there are black iron nail claws growing out through the leather, and they are clawing into your face. That's why it does so much damage. And it's going to try to suffocate you. That is a 21.
That does not succeed.
You are... how do you keep this thing from shoving itself down your throat and blocking off your windpipe?
And so, I jumped in with Destiny Seeker in one hand and my Shield of Faith on the other. And so as it comes to my face, I just barely get the edge of the shield of faith up, covering my mouth as the hand grips my face.
I love it. So that will actually bring it to your turn. It's your turn now.
Okay, so I guess the first thing I'm going to have to deal with is this thing on my face. And so I will grab it with my shield hand, just move my shield hand up and grab hold of it and cast Inflict Wounds. That is 19.
I will definitely hit. It is technically flat-footed right now. It actually has a very high dexterity, but it can't really dodge you while it's holding onto your face.
Okay. And is Destiny Seeker enhancing this ability? Or
Destiny
is that only
Seeker,
when Destiny Seeker attacks?
Well, Destiny Seeker asks you while in this instant of combat. Destiny Seeker says, "Would you like me to enhance it?"
Yes.
Absolutely. And
Okay.
you feel the power flow from Destiny Seeker to you. You feel the blood that Destiny Seeker has drunk feed, and you do double damage on this attack.
Okay. So it's 2d8 plus 9 is regular base damage. And so that's 18 double 36 damage.
Okay. It's really bad off. You like 3 fingers just vaporize in an instant and become like skeleton. It shudders and falls away from you, even though it is still levitating in the air. You obviously have very badly damaged it.
That's what we like to hear. That's what we want to hear. All right. And so my second attack, I'll swing away with Destiny Seeker. And that's a natural 20. So that's going to be the
definitely
end of
hits.
this little hand.
I think you are very likely correct.
Don't cut your nose off.
Despite your face.
That is 32 points of damage.
Okay. Describe to me how you end this flying hand.
And so when he flicks it away with his shield arm, having dealt the necromantic damage, he double hands Destiny Seeker like a fly swatter and flattens the hand on the floor with the side of the Destiny Seeker, squashing it and grinding the bones to dust.
Okay. You are successful as it into the ground and is quite done up. Penton, you hear a voice in your head. It is the voice of Audrey 3. And it says, "Well, land's sakes, Penton, I think some of your friends are just having a time right now."
Oh, are they in trouble? Let's
Well- I think maybe it's that there Sandalwood is just seems to be having a little ruckus.
Oh, well, let's go find out what's going on. He'll hop up into the doorway and kind of like sit in the door in the doorway with his feet dangling. Forward.
And it is now effortlessly that now that the link that y'all have, while you'll never have the same connection that say Baba Yaga has with her hut, it is so strong, almost as strong as any mortal can have with a construct. As just effortlessly, it dips just as you hop up and just whoop right up there and begins boom, boom, boom. In the distance, I will allow this, Distant Bells. You hear the sound of Audrey very rapidly boom, boom, booming away. You don't necessarily know whether or not that's something bad or not, but you do hear it. It's kind of distinctive. Do you want to do anything, Distant Bells?
Not really.
Yeah, I understand. So right now in the back of the shop, you, Galen, and Petniak, there are these amazing red sweets, and they're basically saltwater taffy, a specialty. The Sand Swallow Sea is a salt sea, and it's a specialty of the town. But they're also kind of like it's really weird. They're like hard candy, and they're like taffy. So they start out really hard, and then you kind of chew them for a while, and then they become very soft. And Petniak is just literally eating this up. And that's when you remember, like, oh yeah, I don't eat right now. I literally don't have internal organs, I don't think.
Even without being a stuffed toy, I don't really have the ability to chew.
You are a bird man. So y'all are having this delightful time, and Petniak is just regaling y'all with all kinds of stories that she's done, things that have happened to her in the now quite destroyed, and she doesn't seem to be quite thinking about that part, city of Zental Keep. So let's cut back. This would actually bring it to the top of the round. So Merezi, you come tearing up to the house at full speed, your armor clanking, your I don't know, you loosened your halberd?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as you come around the corner, you see Tix go squash to a ambulatory hand. Something which you have seen before at the temple.
Yeah.
That y'all went to, where you just met the remnant of the wizard Bigsby.
All right. Okay, I suppose I should make a spot check, see if or a search check or whatever to see if I can figure out if there's anything going on right now. Like,
sure.
Like, do I see any more danger with a 10?
No, you do not. And honestly, because there's nothing outside that is immediately a danger to you.
Cool.
Especially with your danger sense and anything, nothing is actively attacking you at the moment outside.
Oh, can I get in? Like,
yeah, you can go inside.
Sorry, I thought I was already inside. Yes.
No, he was attacked when he opened the door, or kicked open the door. So he's technically outside right now.
Yes. Do I see anything in there? Out of place.
Yeah, and I apologize. So that we'll say that 10 is for that. You do see several things. Even with a 10, there are certain things that are quite noticeable. The most noticeable is that both of the children are floating in the air in the common room, the what would be like the dining room, the hearth of the room. There's a roaring fire going, and both of the children are floating in the air. Both, you think it's both of the parents, are crumpled onto the ground, either unconscious or dead.
Okay, but what are the children like? When you say they're floating in the air, can you just... I
mean like as if they were sleeping on a bed.
Okay, they're asleep.
They are literally... Yeah, they are... well, you're not sure what they are. You don't think they're dead, but you actually can't tell.
Like their faces, their, like, eyes are closed, blank expression?
Yes.
Okay, I walk over to the parents, if I have enough movement for that.
Okay, I will definitely allow it. You walk over, the closest one is the wife, who is Johanna, whose name I thought I had lost, but I found it. No, I'm sorry. That is actually the... Aura is the wife. Johanna is the elder tiefling daughter.
Cool.
The wife is very pregnant.
Ooh.
And when you come close, you actually see the baby shift in her belly.
Okay, I like reach out to her. I want to try and like check a pulse or see if I can jostle her or something.
Okay. Just give me a survival check.
Yeah.
I think that's very appropriate here.
17.
Okay. So you grew up in an orc society, and orcs do not mince words or hide things or whatever. So you've seen everything. This woman is definitely in labor. Orc labor is a little more raw than humans, but it's still basically the same. This woman is definitely in labor. She is alive, and she is either unconscious or in some way ensorcelled, but she's not awake.
Cool.
And with that, do you want to try to waken her up?
Hey! Can you hear me?
I think.
She does not. She does not respond to you. Athora, you come tearing up behind the really fast Merezi, clanking in your armor, and you see you caught the last little bit of Tix squashing this monster hand thing. You are outside currently.
Okay, I enter in.
Okay, you come through. You see Merezi leaning over the mother, the two children who idolized you, and who Ash, who you saved from the necropolis, floating in the air, and you see the crumpled form of their father, Thackum Cragmane, on the ground.
I head over to the kids.
Okay, they are floating about 6 feet up in the air. So, I mean, you could technically reach them. Obviously, you are tall, but they are magically floating in the air.
I reach out for one of them. Try
Okay. Make a reflex saving throw.
it. 11.
11. You take 4 points of damage as lightning arcs from them and strikes you. And when I say lightning, I don't literally mean but it's like a shock of energy hits you. You can't tell if that's like literally a force field or if it's something that's happening when you get close, but either way, it strikes you. You actually could have taken a lot more damage, to be honest. So, Tix, it is your turn.
Okay, so looking around, do I see any other where the hand came from?
Give me a spot check now that you come inside. You can actually see. You didn't have a chance to look because the hand immediately attacked
Okay,
you.
that's a 25.
25. So you take in everything. You like, oh, that woman's pregnant. Is giving birth. Because of your medical training, you've probably helped deliver children before. Being a cleric, you do that sort of thing. And you see the children floating up. You see Athora get zapped when she tries to reach out. You also, with the 25, notice one very important detail, and that is the missing right hand of Thackum.
Thackum Cragmane. Okay.
Yeah, Thackum Cragmane.
So, Tix will see about casting Dispel Magic on the kids.
Okay.
That is a 19.
Okay. So that I made this an opposed roll. You cast it on the children. Athora, I need you to make a reflex saving throw for me.
Oh, fun. Oh, that's better. That's a 21.
With the 21, it by the way, how well you did determines some important things. Both of the children immediately fall from the air.
Uh-oh.
And using your incredible reflexes, you catch both of them. Toom toom. You are very, very fast, and you have combat reflexes, and you catch both of them. Now, neither of them would have taken lethal damage, but they still would have fallen 6 feet and done a rather unpleasant bonk onto a hard floor. Both of them are unconscious, and you are not electrified when you grab hold of him this time. I'm going to go out of pure combat at the moment. So, if anyone wants to do something, they can just do it now.
Okay.
So will Penton and Audrey have arrived? At this
Yes.
point,
Thank you for saying that. Penton and Audrey, you come up. Boom, 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 and you see a very squashed, weird-looking hand on the ground.
Well, that can't be good. I'll assume it's dead and go inside.
Okay. You see just as you walk inside is when she catches the two children.
Okay. Following children to parents. He's going to switch on his detect magic eyes just to see if there's anything else happening in the room or what have you.
Okay. Most of the magic is actually centered. It's hard to say. There is a magical aura around all four of them. There is a very strong the magical aura around Thackum is the second strongest, particularly where his hand used to be. There is literally like a glowing missing hand there.
Okay. What type of magic? Any idea?
Necromantic.
Okay, that was going to be my guess, but
necromantic. The children both have like an aura about them of magic, but it's more like you could tell you're very good at this sort of thing. It's like a spell has been cast on them. However, all of that is secondary to the beacon of magical pulsing energy that is coming from aura, particularly like, say, I don't know, around where the baby might be.
Oh, okay. And what kind of magic is there? Because, oof.
Transmutation.
Oh, no. That's bad.
At this very moment, all of you in your heads hear a deep, resonant, mocking voice say, "Rock-a-bye, baby." And that's where we'll end Chafing Armor, episode 149. Great job, everybody.
Woo.
Oh, that's a terrible place to end.
Wow.
It is. It's a terrible place to end. I love it. I love it so much. Y'all are doing a great job. James, tell us, where's somewhere that someone could listen to Chafing Armor?
If you get a tin can and some string, and attach it to YouTube, you could listen to it there.
Yep. If you do that, what will happen is it sounds just like this. But everyone talks in an old-style radio voice when you play it through the tin can. Yes, indeed, Excelsior. But it takes incredible restraint for me not to do that all the time. And speaking of such things, I would like a very quick run-through. Dare, tell us where they can find you on the socials.
You can find me at Dare Imagine, mostly on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Wonderful. And Riley, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Tumblr.
Wonderful. And all of these links, by the way, will be on the main page. And Lee.
No,
there's none. That's all good. And my wonderful firstborn, Izzy, where can people find your art?
Swamp Fiend Art on Instagram if you want to roll the dice to see if I'll ever post any of the art I make.
Which is all delightful. A particular statue I'm just living for at the moment. But thank you all for playing.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you for not joining us.
We'll take care of that very soon. We'll come back in 150, but until then, we will roll with you.